Welcome to the clothing science. Today we will see on the types of clothing comfort. The different types of clothing comfort are thermal, sensorial, movement, social, psychological and functional clothing comforts. In thermal, where there is an heat and mass transfer from the body to the environment. In sensorial, like when we touch the material and feel the fabric, in those areas the sensorial types of clothing comfort comes. If the fabric is very hard and coarse, we will feel like itchiness or tactile or prickiness while wearing the fabric. If the material is soft and smoothing, we will have a soft nature on the fabric, on the surface of the skin. Under movement, the material should be ease when moving our body parts while doing different types of work nature. Under social status, the dress or the material that we wear for a function gives us a social status in the function. Under the psychological functions, they are aesthetic nature of the dress, and for different types of people, each people like one kind of color or different kinds of designs are liked by many people. In functional types of clothing comfort, each work nature has a different type of a clothing dress to be adopted. The three main types of clothing comfort are thermophysiological comfort, sensorial comfort, and aesthetic comfort. The thermophysiological comfort is directly related to the physiological processes of the human body and is the result of a balanced process of heat exchange between the human body, the clothing system, and the environment. It can be evaluated using several physical and psychological testing methods. Aesthetic comfort. Aesthetic comfort is the subject perception of clothing by visual sensation, which is influenced by color, style, garment fitting, fashion, compatibility, fabric construction, and finish. Under sensorial comfort, it is usually described as fabric hand or feel and is the sensation of how the fabric feels when it is worn next to the skin. It can also be related to its attributes related to physiological comfort, as for instance, when a fabric is wet, its sensorial properties can change and fabric may cling to the skin. Again, comfort is a primary requirement of clothing, which can again be categorized into aesthetic comfort, thermal comfort, moisture comfort, tactile comfort, and pressure comfort. These types of comfort, the name itself tells it what type of comfort they are recognized into. Aesthetic comfort is a subjective perception of clothing by visual sensation which is influenced by color, style, garment fitting, fashion compatibility, fabric construction, and finish. Thermal comfort. Thermal comfort is primarily related to the efficiency of heat dissipation from a clothed human body and is viewed as neither too hot nor too cold from the feeling of the wearer. The body is in a state of comfort when the core temperature of the body is maintained at 37 degrees centigrade and the average skin temperature is approximately at 33 degrees centigrade without the presence of sweat. One of the primary functions of underwear is to act as a buffer against environmental changes in order to maintain a thermal balance between the heat generated by the body and the heat lost to the environment while allowing the skin to remain free of liquid. Moisture comfort. Moisture comfort is dependent on the sensation of dampness, which is recommended as a sensitive tool to evaluate the thermal function of garments to balance the dampness of skin and clothing. Although the human skin has no humidity receptors, it can sense dampness, which determines the degree of comfort or discomfort. The sensation of loss in comfort occurred when perspiration was present. When more than 50 to 65% of the body surface is wet, it feels uncomfortable. Tactile comfort. Tactile comfort is related to the frictional interaction between the clothing material and the human body, where physical or mechanical properties such as the surface structure, weight per unit area, thickness, bulkiness, compressibility, flexure, shear, elongation, and frictional properties can be taken into account for a fabric worn next to the skin, are also thought to influence an individual's assessment for the tactile comfort. Some of the terms that have been used to describe the tactile sensations are clingy, sticky, scratchy, pricky, soft, stiff, heavy, light, and hard. Tactile discomfort may be caused by allergy, clinging to the skin, tickling, prickling, abrasion of the skin, and coolness. The finishes, dyes, softening agents, washing powder used in laundry, the structure and construction of the fibers and fabrics also contribute to the tactile discomfort. For example, if a fabric is hairy and rough to the touch and tends to shed fibers, it may cause tickling and irritation to the skin when it is damp with also perspiration. The skin irritation could be caused by breakage of the fibers and the fabric remaining wet during perspiration. Fabric hand is a generic term for the tactile sensations associated with fabrics that influence consumer preferences. To specify the fabric hand of underwear and for undershirts were rated as softness, silkiest, smoothest, thinnest, lightest, and coolest. Pressure comfort. Pressure comfort is more complex and involves a number of synthetic sensations such as snug, loose, heavy, lightweight, soft, and stiff. Thank you.